Land historical injustices continue to be the soft underbelly in terms of achieving universal rights in the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker. And that is why the drafters and the intenders of the Constitution 2010 and Article 67, when they established National Land Commission, one of the core mandates, Mr. Speaker, sir, was initiating looking at land historical injustices. It is very sad that most of the lands in Kericho, Mr. Speaker, were awarded to the what we call champions of war at the expense of the indigenous or the native people of the Kipsigis community in Kericho County, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, in the last session, and I've said this before, that there should be a deliberate effort, and even through budget policy statement, there was supposed to be a repatriation and compensation of abuse of human rights, including land historical injustice of 10 billion, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to appeal that the committee, Mr. Speaker, that should look at this matter, should look at all assembly, because I know in northern Kenya, or sorry, the coast where, Mr. Speaker, you come from, also Nandi, Bomet, Kericho, all those areas, Mr. Speaker, including Kisii and Nyamira, where you see swaths of tea estate across, Mr. Speaker, those lands were forcibly taken from the owners, Mr. Speaker. And I continue to say the tea that is taken across Europe, Mr. Speaker, continues to be stained by the blood of our forefathers who fought against forceful eviction from their land. And this is human rights issue. It is again, Mr. Speaker, when the Senate in the last session adopted the land historical injustices against the Talai community both in Nandi and in Kericho, Mr. Speaker, we needed, and I want to propose as the committee looks at this, that the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker, should provide mutual legal assistance to the people of Kipsigis, Mr. Speaker, to pursue justice at the Inns of London and other corridors, including ICC, Mr. Speaker, or even United International Human Rights Organization. They should be funded through what we call mutual legal assistance by providing resources and necessary advocates, Mr. Speaker. One of the resolution of land historical justice of Talai, which the Senate adopted, and it is on record and answered of the Senate, was compensation from the British government, Mr. Speaker. As the Senator of Nandi, I've written to Her Excellency Jane Marriott. The British Embassy, Mr. Speaker, has not even responded or acknowledged my letter or email, but I can see the ambassador is available to host TikTokers, to host Twitters and social influencers and social content when we should be driving the hardware of human rights, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I'll be requesting through your office that the ambassadors through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Missions, that this is a serious matter that can not only be handled by the Republic of Kenya, Mr. Speaker, but can be handled in mutual agreement with the embassies that we're having, Mr. Speaker. So I was very disappointed. The British Embassy decided not to acknowledge, not even to write, not even to host those who are saying, Mr. Speaker, and have a discussion. We are not saying anyone is guilty. We want to have a discussion on land historical injustices and how these families and communities can be compensated, Mr. Speaker. Public apology should be issued to the Talai and Kipsigis community, Mr. Speaker, and other Kenyans, including those who are in coast, Mr. Speaker. And number 3, apart from mutual legal assistance, public apology, and the final one, Mr. Speaker, is the compensation to the surviving dependents and beneficiaries, Mr. Speaker, of the Kipsigis community. Therefore, I support this petition, and I hope it shall be expedited within 60 days and have answers, Mr. Speaker. And I hope through your office, some of us who have direct interest on land historical injustices can be allowed to sit in some of those committees and give further clarification and answers when the necessary agencies appear, Mr. Speaker. With those very many remarks, I thank you for giving me this opportunity.